So essentially today, I'd seen the Fuguzi and sort of really wanted to drive that car because I think in a sense the two cars, even though they couldn't be more different, are very similar in many ways. That being that they were built by passionate enthusiasts for a purpose of getting out and driving. For me, it was great to get behind the wheel of a front-engine, water-cooled Japanese import car with a lot of shared DNA. I have a connection with the Z. This car reminds me a little bit of an E-Type Jag mixed with like a Zaxby Ford Capri on steroids, merged with a 240Z. So it's got its own unique character, its own unique style. Son basically built his ideal streetable track car. In a sense, this is an Outlaw 240Z.
I've been a fan of Magnus for years. He really inspired me to start a build. He got the seed planted in my head. So today, to be able to swap cars, to share my car with him, and then get his opinion, to get ideas from him, what would he modify, what problems did he see in the car. It's a meeting of the minds, and I think that's the future of the car community.
In a way, it's similar to 277. It's a real workout to get the most out of the car. It's mechanical. I've described it like being sat in a buzzsaw. You hear every single rock bouncing off the chassis, and you get out of it buzzed.
People like Magnus are great ambassadors for the car community because it's not an individual experience for him. Every car is an opportunity to meet other people. He represents something beyond the cars. He represents a yearning to create a community. The ethos of the Fuguzi was always the shared experience with friends. It's not even necessarily about the car for me. I'm not a collector. It's always about sharing the experience.
We had lunch at Newcomb's and I got to learn a little bit more, sat at the bar having a burger with Son. We shared similar stories about building from enthusiasm. So those are the common bonds that we share, and I think those are the true common bonds that all car enthusiasts share.
It was the first time that I was in a car that made me understand why people love driving on these roads. The 277 has such an agile, visceral feeling to it. There's a soulfulness to the character, so you feel like the car is almost taking care of you. It's talking with you. It's different from the Fuguzi because the Fuguzi is almost a new car. It doesn't have the patina. It doesn't have the old soul yet.
Great thing about driving the 240Z in the Crest is it's my favorite road. I do know the road pretty well, so I was able to push the car 8, 9 tenths. Perhaps the highlight of the day was taking this car up to 8,000 RPM. For me, it was an honor to hang out with Son. It was a privilege to be able to drive his car. And this is one of the great things I love about being in LA is the accessibility to great cars, great roads, and really great people.